Have you ever noticed that being ignored can feel worse than being rejected? A message left unread, someone not replying, silence in a conversation, and suddenly your mind starts racing. You replay things you said. You wonder what you did wrong. You feel uneasy, sometimes anxious. This reaction isn't oversensitivity. It isn't weakness, it's psychology. And once you understand why it happens, the feeling starts to make a lot more sense. Humans are deeply social beings. For most of human history, survival depended on belonging to a group. Being accepted meant protection, resources, and safety. Being ignored or excluded meant risk. So over time, the human brain evolved to treat social signals very seriously. A smile, eye contact, acknowledgement, and just as importantly, silence. When someone ignores us, the brain doesn't see it as neutral. It sees it as a potential threat to social connection. That's why the reaction feels so immediate and emotional. Your brain is doing what it evolved to do, scanning for danger in social situations. What actually makes being ignored uncomfortable isn't the silence itself, it's uncertainty. When someone says no, what your brain has closure. It may hurt, but it's clear. But when someone says nothing, your brain doesn't know how to interpret it, and the human brain hates incomplete information, so it starts filling in the gaps. Did I say something wrong? Are they upset? Am I being judged? Most of the time, the explanations your mind generates are negative, not because they're true, but because the brain is wired to prepare for worst-case scenarios. Uncertainty creates anxiety faster than bad news. This effect is amplified by how we communicate today. Text messages remove tone, facial expressions, and timing cues. All you see is silence, no context, no explanation. That silence gives your mind unlimited space to speculate. You might notice that the same delay feels very different depending on who it comes from. A close friend, a manager, someone you care about. The more emotionally significant the relationship, the stronger the reaction. Because your brain assigns more meaning to that connection, so a simple delayed response can feel far bigger than it actually is. Here's the important part. Being ignored usually says more about the other person's situation than about your value. They might be distracted, overwhelmed, busy, or simply unaware of the impact of silence. Your emotional reaction happens automatically, but that reaction doesn't always reflect reality. Understanding this doesn't instantly erase the feeling, but it helps separate what your brain is doing from what's actually happening. And that separation matters. So if being ignored makes you uncomfortable, anxious, or unsettled, you're not broken. You're human. Your brain is responding to uncertainty and social ambiguity the way it was designed to. Understanding the reason doesn't remove emotion instantly, but it gives you clarity, and clarity is often the first step toward calm.